So welcome to the Jordan Cake Topper class. I'm going to show you how I created this little Jordan guy right here, how you add the name and the double layer, then how to cut and assemble. So now that you're in the class, you received the image that we're going to use. So you're going to go to upload. I already have one uploaded, but I'm going to show you how to do it. Upload image. Go to where you saved that image. You're going to go to complex, continue. Now, once you get here, the background removal is already chosen. See the little plus sign? Just click the white area, continue, and you can save it to anyone. We're going to use it as a cut. Even if you end up saving it as the print then cut, when you get into design space, you can just change it, and I'll show you how. Go to insert. Now choose the one we just made, insert image, and there we go. So it's on print. When you look up top here to fill, just hit that drop down, change it to no fill. And if you are more of a visual person and you need to see the colors that you're going to be making, just go right here to line type and choose the black. So I have one already made for size purposes. So every time I make a cake topper, I save it so that I can make sure the sizes match up as close as possible. So we're going to take this guy. I'm going to measure him so that you can know the size that I have it. So we're going to make him a little bit bigger. And that's about this size. So this size is good. So there we go. So it's 4 by 5. We'll make it exactly 4 inches, 4.5 inches. So you want your width to be 4.5 inches. So when you put it over here, you see how their legs are different? It's because depending on the name, I might stretch out the width to fit a little better here. Okay, so you have your 4.5 inches in width Jumpman. Now we're going to go over to text, and you're going to type in all capital the name that you're going to use. Now go to font right here. Now there's a way to find fonts that are multi-layer. When you go right here to filter, choose multi-layer fonts. So these will be all of the fonts they have that has more than one layer. You can also go to search fonts if you know what font you're using. So I always use Varsity for this one. So we're just going to choose Varsity. See that? So the top layer here is chosen. I'm just making it bigger so we can see it better. You're going to go over to your layers over here. See, it's hidden. See, the eye has a little line through it. That means it's hidden. So we're going to click that and open it up. So now we have our 2 layers. Now we're just going to change the colors to black, and that top layer right here, we're going to change it to red. All right, so as you can see, there is a space between each of them. You're going to bring it closer so that they're stuck together. So right here, letter spacing, hit the drop down arrow, and we're going to get them as close as we can. And this is a good name because as you get lower, all of the letters actually touch. So we're going to now ungroup at the top here. Also, you can highlight, right click, and the menu comes up here as well. So since it's ungrouped, we're going to pull it down. That's the top layer, that's the bottom layer. Now, what I'm going to tell you, always weld this top layer first, because if something is wrong, just go back and fix it before we weld this one. So you're going to highlight all. You can go over here at the bottom right and press weld, or right click like I showed you and press weld. See that? Now we're going to do the same for this one. This is the top layer, but it's behind because we did that back layer just now. So you're going to click on it. We're going to go to arrange at the top, move it to the front so that it is on top. See that? Line them back up as perfect as you can. Highlight both together, and now we're going to group them. So that means now when we move it around, it doesn't go anywhere. So now I'm going to get you the exact size that you need here because, like I said, I save all of them just to reference for size. So when I get a new name now, a new order, I come back, I create that name next to this one for sizing. So now you're going to unlock and bring it down. Now, because this is your first time, you won't have anything to reference. So right here, see that? The length will be 7. It doesn't have to be exactly. You can change it to exactly 7 inches. And this is 2.2. We'll just do 2.3. So there you go. Put it together, change the width to 7 inches, change your height to 2.3. Then you have your Jordan here that we have 4.5 in width and about 4.2 in height. Bring him down, but you want him to be a little in there so it's attached. So you see how his leg stops here. This is all your own opinion. I unlock it and just stretch it out a little bit more so it could go in more. So that's why this one was a little bit wider. You see that? So you bring him down to wherever you want. You want him all the way down here? That's your preference. You want him here? Your preference. Here? Your preference. Now, if you want like most of his foot out, you see how most of the foot out is here? Just turn a little. See that? And bring him down. Perfect. So now that you have that, remember you could do, you want it a little closer. You rather it to be just in the middle like that. All up to you. So now we put it here. And now we have to weld this to the back layer. You can do that by, I'm going to remove this so we could just focus on this one. That was just for size reference. You're going to click on the word Tyler, the black one only, hit shift and click on the Jordan. So now both of them are highlighted. You can hit weld right here or you can right click and weld. Now it did not do anything to the red. See, it just put it behind there because we did not have the red highlighted. So what you're going to do, we're going to create a duplicate. You could do that up top here. And again, just right click, duplicate. So we need 2. That'll be the back layer. This will be the top layer. Now we have the red, just arrange right here to the front, just so we see what it looks like. And this right here is how you create the Jordan cake topper. Now always, always save. Save, 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 guys. Save, save, save. So I already have it saved. I'm just going to save. I'm not going to save over. I'm going to leave it. You just choose your name. The name doesn't matter because when you go to all of your projects, you'll see an image of what project you created. So if you don't want to, sometimes I just type in random numbers just to hurry up and get it done. So now that that's done, we're going to make sure you choose your machine. We cannot cut with a Joy, obviously, because this is too big. You're either using a Maker or one of the Explorer family machines. Click on Make It. Now, I want to show you something also. For some reason, this usually happens with most of my Jordan cake toppers. So it separates the page, right? But it can fit. Click on one. You see these 3 right here? Click on that and press Move Object. Now it's going to ask you which mat you want it to move to. Move it to the first mat. Confirm. Now both of them are here. You see that? You can fit them on. So anytime you have something you think like, oh no, they both can fit on that, try it and move it. If it didn't fit and it was too big, you would just click on this, go to Move Object again, and just put it back on that page. See? And you can move it wherever you want it to cut on the mat also. So save paper and put them together and just cut them out. And I'm using the 12 by 12 cardstock that comes in the pack of like 25 from Michaels, and it's 60, the 65 pound. Same thing here would be the 65 pound. So we're going to continue. And it wants to act up for you guys today. So I'm not going to make you wait. Once it finds my machine, because I linked it via Bluetooth instead of plugging it in today, you're going to choose the option for the heavy cardstock, or you can choose any type of cardstock that matches your number. I wanted to be able to show you. So what I'll do, you know what? We'll come out of it and do that again, because I want you guys to see the exact options. So once this class is over, you're not confused. You know exactly what you're doing. Even if you are confused and you have questions, feel free to ask them. I am always here to help out, but I want you to feel like you got your money's worth basically when you learn this class. So we're going to go right here and just go to make it. Let's see if it'll come up. Continue. There we go. Now you guys can see the choices. Okay, so I usually choose heavy watercolor paper, 140 pounds. I, for some reason, like to choose a heavier paper than it actually is, because I don't know, I like to be more safe than sorry. There has been times where I chose like the 80-pound, went into 65-pound, and it didn't cut all the way through. And it could be that your blade just needs to be replaced, but I like to play it safe, and I usually choose heavy watercolor, 140 pounds. So you're going to line up your cardstock onto the mat, load it up, cut these pieces, and then now we're going to head over and assemble it. Okay, now that we have our pieces cut, we're going to assemble this bad boy. So remember our welded piece, so now we don't have to put them on individually. And your little piece for your R. So we're just going to flip that over. Use, I have some glue from the glue gun on there, your glue pen. So depending on your experience with gluing paper crafts, I would say do one letter at a time, press it down, and I'll show you how to get the other letters. I usually do the entire thing because I am used to doing it. But you know yourself, take your time. With experience, you'll be able to lay the whole thing. So we're going to flip it over. You're going to line this up. And those are the areas that you glued. Flip it over, raise it up, then add the glue. And be gentle, you don't want to rip your layer. Don't just lay it down. Keep it up, flip it over, because you want to see where you're putting it. See that? Nice and neat. Then you have your little piece. What I usually use, it comes in the set, the accessories. So I use these to hold it. You can also use a tweezer. Oh, it dropped. I'm looking in the camera instead of paying attention to what I'm doing. Trying to make sure it's focused for you guys. All right. Lay it where it needs to be. Open it up and let it go. And press that baby down. And you see that? Now you get your whichever size you choose. With this cake topper, I try not to get, you don't need a long one, but I do get, I believe, these 6 inches. Let me get it. I usually use a 6 inch. See the difference? This is the 4 inch, and that is the size I use for cupcake toppers. So we're going to use 6 inches today. Now I try to find a letter where it can be disguised best in the middle. So it would be the L, because you see we could put it right there and you won't see it from the front. So I lay it where I want it, never all the way to the top, just a little bit down right there. See that? Now I take my finger and hold right where it stops. Now I do that so I know where to put my glue. So I start a little above my finger. See? Take the topper, and then I line it up on the L. Now you turn it however you're standing facing, just to make sure. I even try to stand it up and look at it from a distance to make sure it's straight. Now remember, if you're using the glue gun, you don't have time. The glue gun dries fast, so you have to move a little quickly. Now we're going to flip it over. And I will tell you, when I first started making cake toppers, I never covered the back. I just decided recently to cover it so it looks more clean and professional. And those are all things you just kind of learn in time. So no matter what, even if you're taking this class, always remember, you're going to keep learning. You're going to keep trying new things. And you want to be that way. Just keep, I still practice things. I try new things. I even take classes myself. So you're lining it up just to make sure. I always line up before. We're using the pen. And we're going to line up. Right? Now what I do, I put a little bit of glue from the gun and lay the middle piece. See? So that piece is definitely glued down. And then I would not glue right here, like too close, but I would glue up to here and here and beyond. So we're going to pick this up and add the glue with the pen. And press those down. And remember, when you're picking this up, be gentle. Very gentle. You don't want to rip it. I mean, if you do, you can recut it, but best if you don't have to do anything over. Now, when you're pressing it down, you want to always have it flat and press. That way, the design, when you flip it over, it's not bent to the back. It's, you know, straight and flat the way it needs to be. And look at that. There you have it. Your cake topper. If you wanted to, you could go back and cut the red layer, mirror it, and then you can add on the back if you wanted to do that. How cute is that? I love these toppers. And believe me, you don't have to do exactly this. You can use different fonts. You can also cut an extra layer if you want it. make the little Jordan in glitter, you can change it up. Remember, you want your design to kind of stand out from everyone else's. We all can learn the same thing, but we can all make it in a different way. And don't forget, there is enough. No matter what anyone says, there is enough for all of us to be able to sell. So there you have it. So cute. I just love it. And you reduce the spaces between letters and they don't touch, how you would fix that. So let me try a name that I think, let me try my name. I don't know if all these letters will touch. They look like they will, but I'll show you. So we go and we get the font, Varsity. Right? We open that up. And now we go to letter space again and bring them together. All right, for my name, all of the letters are touching. Let's try something different. You know what? Let me just try random letters. And let's see if that'll work, right? Open that up. Select it. Minimize the space in between them. And they look like they all touch. I'm trying to give you guys an example. Just if you get a name and you do that and then there's a space, like they touch and then some letters don't touch. So let's try another one. Just randomly cat dog. I think this one will be the one where I can show you how to do it. So let's reduce the spaces. Yeah, this is a perfect example. All right, so look at that. If we go any closer, see these don't touch? If we go any closer to get the A and the T to touch, look how they cross over into each other. So it'll be too close. So this is what I want to show you. If you have a name like that with that issue, you're going to minimize the space and get the letters that do touch where you want it, right? Then you're going to ungroup. We're going to remove this. Then we're going to start with the back layer. You're going to ungroup it. Now you're going to take the A and move it over to touch exactly where you want it. It's a little low. I'll probably move it up just a little bit. Bring the C closer. Highlight it. Now when this class was originally created, when you go down, we just had weld. Now we have combine. Now to weld, you won't be able to undo. Once you save this, that's it. If you unite, it's basically welding, but you can also go back here and undo unite and have those letters separated even after you save. So you're going to go to combine, unite. So basically that's welded. Then we're going to go to this one. We're going to go to arrange, move it to the front because we want it on top. You're going to line up some of the letters that do touch like that. You're going to go to ungroup. And now we have to move the A. And if you got to get close to this computer to make sure you get it exact, you want to get it to lay exactly on top. Right there. See that? Now you're going to go over to the right panel. You're going to, you can hit G, hold Shift, and hit just your top layer. Go down to combine and unite. And there you have it. So now you have the two layers. They actually touch. And there you go. Of course, let's turn this red. Turn this black. Just so we know what it looks like. Lay them together. Highlight. Bring them up here. And then just like I showed you in the first video. And you size it to how you need it. Now, I've also done where we have 3 colors, and I'll show you how to do that too. So you're going to take the back layer, the black one right here on the right. You're going to hit duplicate. You're going to put that here, and this is going to be your black layer, right? Highlight the two of them. You're going to go to combine. It only gives you the option to weld for this one because this is a combine. So what I could do, so I could show you if you wanted to undo it, just go here and do undo unite, then highlight every last one, and then it still don't want to give me the option. Okay, it's acting a fool. So we'll just do weld for now. If you ever want to change, just do not come out of this and save. You'd have to go backwards. So right here, change it to a cut, change it back to black, right? So this will be our back layer. That first black layer that we did, I'm going to change it to white. And this is how I do a 3-layer one. So you're going to cut this. You're going to cut the white layer, the red layer. Let me arrange to front. And that's how you would do 3 colors like that. See? So you're going to cut the red outlining, the white piece, and the welded black piece. And again, cut 2 pieces of this so you can glue it on the back if you want to cover up your stick that you glue on the cake topper. And that's it for this class here.